What is up, Exiles? This is my Popcorn Titan build. Some of you may have seen it on my stream or YouTube shorts. Now, big shout out to Vershane, who has been theory crafting this build since the first leak. I just did some personal changes. I went with Volcanic Fissure, and I will explain why. So this is basically using a Bone Shatter as a movement skill. You don't need movement speed. All we care about is a skill speed and attack speed. We are running one-handed mace and nothing in offhand because we are running the Dance with Death keystone in the passive tree, which stacks multiplicative skill speed. So that is actually pretty insane. This reminds me of the stat stacker in the first league when we used Tempest Flurry with the stacking decks and whatnot. So this stack can be used on literally any build, but you need attack speed nodes, which are on the Deadeye, Mercenary and Warrior side. So for casters, it could be a bit tricky, but this can be used literally on any build, no problem. On the weapon swap, for example, just moving around, it's pretty sick. And then you would get weapon speed, swap speed on the jewels or gloves. But there is a support gem that makes our totems, shockwave totems, hit around you on the whole screen. I have seen even multiple occasions where the totems killed bears off screen, and that is astral projection. It does lower the AoE and I believe duration as well of the totems, but that doesn't matter as much because the duration of the totems right now is 6 seconds for me. With this gem, originally it's 12 seconds, but it doesn't matter because they kill, they kill stuff, as you can see on the screen, very quickly. So before they're out, we can already spawn them again, or we are already on the move. This is a pretty good map, tier 16, I believe, with breaches, and there is a map boss as well. This one, it depends on the gear. It's kind of hard to get one-handed mace because we are also using mace strike on the weapon set 2, which is we are attacking as well, not only totems here on the bosses. So getting good one-hander with good damage is pretty challenging as no one really plays one-handed weapons, no one really crafts them. So mine was pretty expensive, hard to get as well, but you might get lucky with crafting. So I recommend, picking up one-handed maces, even gambling for gold, trying your best, best luck with crafting them. But I am not a fan of totems overall, or never was in any games, but after playing this build, it's definitely my top 3. I think this replaces Flicker Strike build in my top 3, to be honest, because it's really good. Now, it is not the best pinnacle boss killer. I would probably play a different build for that, like my Instant Earthquake with Rolling Slam in the right upper corner, if you're interested. But for map farming overall, like just farming overall, currency for your other builds, or just making currency, making money, that's really crazy, I would say. It's really good. I've had a lot of fun. Still am, because I'm still playing it. We also stack quite a good amount of life regen. I believe I'm over 300 life regen. So our only defense layer is a huge life pool and regen, pretty much. And, killing stuff fast enough. Because that's how it goes, right? Best defense is good offense. Goes something like that. But let me show you a boss real quick in this map. I get kind of unlucky on the affixes on the map, but with the curse on Resistances, almost died there, standing in the middle of explosions, but you could still see I could survive that. Fast forward a little bit, this boss is not too bad, but she goes under the ground. But what we want to do is stack that. We have two totems, one totem to break armor, and then second totem to deal main damage. So you want to drop down Solar Orb for the rage stack and life regen. Then you want to drop down Volcanic Fissure, and then totems on top of that, and then you smack the boss yourself with Mace Strike, which is a lot of the damage. As you can see, we also have all the debuffs on the target. We have Shock, we have Bleed, and we have Ignite. I will explain why. And with that said, let me take you into the game, and we will talk about some stuff. By the way, Armor Break is very good because you deal more increased physical damage. That's what I changed in this league, none of the hunt. So I'm very happy for that. But let me finish this real quick. We're also applying Fire Exposure because we have some nice fire damage on the gear. But anyways, as you guys already know as well, we got the planner on Mobalytics. I will add full description or like detailed guide in the rotation as well and whatnot. So expect that here as well. And we also have the full code for Path of Building on the right side, which you can paste in POB and, take a look yourself in the configuration, take a look at the stuff yourself as well, the full tree as well with the jewels and the indication of weapon set 1 and 2. So we got that going as well, but let's take a look at the skill gems first. And we got a Mace Strike, so this is our ability on weapon set 2. Weapon set 2 is our damage ability on yourself, your damage, right? So here we go heavy swing for physical damage and less attack speed, doesn't matter, we are still super fast. We got the Bloodlust, which deals more damage against bleeding enemies, and I got Immolate, which is more extra fire damage against ignite enemies. Now we apply both debuffs, ignite and bleed, through totems. So the bleed stuff, actually Volcanic Fissure is all that takes care of both. So Lacerate on Volcanic Fissure applies a bleed always, and since this is a fire ability, it will apply ignite. So with this simple skill, we have extra damage with physical multiplicative, and here as well extra fire, which goes, you know, very well with overall with this setup. Next up, close combat, another multiplier, 25% attack damage. Attack damage is, by the way, for all elements like lightning, cold, fire, and physical, not only physical. And then fire infusion for extra fire damage goes well with the Immolate. You can see here this description. I do a lot of physical, but the fire damage is also pretty good, even more so with the Immolate proc. Now, on top of the totems, totems are set to weapon set 1. Weapon set 1, the reason for that is the red line on the tree is basically everything into totems. So we got totems here, red line, bunch of totem nodes in here as well, a lot of them, and down here as well, and up top we go for this one as well, which is the best. It's amazing. That's amazing. We get a lot of damage, we get a lot of attack speed as well, spawning totems, so I'm even faster than what you're seeing right now if I was to attack. So the first totem is our damage one. On this one, we apply Astral Projection. Like I said, this one reduces the AoE, area of effect, but that doesn't matter because we don't really care about AoE. Like these totems proc so often, do so much damage as well. We have overall 4 of them. As you can see, it literally looks like popcorn, so that's why the name for it. But they attack a lot, and if you spawn them, they keep attacking around the map if they're monsters, so you don't have to worry about AoE at all. Next up, we got Execute. Since we are running the low life headpiece at Deepest Tower, then multiplier here, 50% is very good. Concentrated effect to reduce even more AoE, but that doesn't matter again. But this is for a big damage increase, AoE. We got Lightning Infusion for this one, because this gives me the most. I do a lot of lightning on my weapon set 1. As you can see here, even without the gem, lightning almost is as high as physical. Overabundance, this one has +1 limit, so instead of 4, you would have 3 without this gem at the cost of less duration, but that's fine because we have 6-second duration. That's more than enough on bosses everywhere. Now, second totem is for armor breaking, so we try to focus full physical on this totem. So we run Brutality. This is only physical, no chaos, no elemental, to get armor break from Splinter ASAP because this scales from physical damage. On top of that, we go with the Demolisher, so this breaks armor immediately. Even on pinnacle bosses, it's super fast. We go Physical Mastery to apply, you know, extra damage on it because totems do scale with skills, plus skills the most, and then heft again for more physical damage. Our movement ability is Bone Shatter. We want to have this on both weapon sets. Talk about Mace Strike, by the way. Well, actually, never mind. We have both of them. So yeah, use the one that's only weapon set 2. Bone Shatter. For this one, we want to stack it as much attack speed, skill speed as possible. So this one is for Frenzy Charge. It consumes a Frenzy Charge for more skill speed, 40%, because we got also a chance to not remove a charge if you use it. Now this only works if you put a rally on it. As you can see, it doesn't, you know, perpetual charge doesn't work if you don't have rally in it. Rally is for endurance charges, but I do not run these. There's only 2 ways to run them. First one is when you break armor, I believe, then you have a chance of getting endurance charge. So trash. And second one, right here, which when you stun a heavy stun, a rare or unique enemy, you get an endurance charge. But this does not work with totems. So endurance charges are dead in this game. It's crazy. So this is like a dead skill gem, but doesn't matter since this is our movement ability. So movement speed here, attack speed here, another multiplier at 20% on top of ferocity. Impact Shockwave, I have it here because totems stun, and when you proc Shockwave, it's some nice damage, but this one is like flex gem. You can put anything you want here. So the speed looks like this. This is without the shrine. I have a full shrine showcase on my shorts and the map, which was insane, but you basically just hold skill. That's it. That's it. The Bone Shatter, I mean. Next up, Volcanic Fissure. Now, why I like a Volcanic Fissure is that it does 2 things. So first, as it says, you need a slam attack to proc the fissure to erupt in Aftershock. So our totem Shockwave Totem is a slam, as you can see here. So this does automatically proc Volcanic Fissure, which is a fire damage. You can have limit of 8 fissures. So I do like 1, 2, 3. That's the cap. And that's just how it goes. You stack it up. More about it in the rotation though. So as I described before, lacerate for bleed chance, and then it will apply ignite as well. So we proc both support gems, Bloodlust and Immolate on our Mace Strike for big damage. Primal Armament, basically whatever we have left in terms of the skill damage gems, we just put them here, or support damage gems, if you will. So multiplier here, we got this spoiler. This one will make it so the ground effect lasts longer, and this goes for Jagged Ground. Jagged Ground is another. It creates a jagged ground, so it's another AoE on the ground, another surface, similar or exactly the same as Volcanic Fissure. So you can see the erupts from the totems, which look like this right here, like the little, I don't know what to call it, lines. Looks like overwhelming presence. That's jagged ground. That's another aftershock, if you will. So we have 2 aftershocks from Fissures, Fissure itself and jagged ground. So like 2 attacks in one. And then also totems do attacks, so that's like 3 damage instances in one, if you will, in one click. That's pretty sick. And upheaval to create more fissures, very good. So you can have 3 of them. Kind of works like shotgun on bosses if you do it up close. And last one is Solar Orb. This is to apply the Font of Rage to get rage stacks and also life regen. I'm at 528 if I'm stationary with life regen, which is insane. That's crazy. We got Strip Away and Fire Exposure, since our damage is a lot of fire from the Mace Strike. And we still do some with Totem as well. And last one here is Persistence to make it last longer. You can probably put this on Fissure if you want to, but I like the Orb. So let's take a look at the Ascendancy tree. We are running Titan for Hulking Form. Very important to buff all the nodes here, mainly for the attack speed and the regen as well. Doesn't hurt. We got some regen, we got some damage here on the weapons too. You want Crushing Blows for the big stun. You will do a lot of stun build up with this. And then last one is Max Life, since this is our defense layer. But if you don't want this, you can put these anywhere you want. Could be even good to go like surprising strength for pinnacle bosses. I would probably drop these 2 and put them in the multiplier 50% for sure. Skill tree, passive tree. So again, we are trying to go for as many attack speed and well, totem nodes as possible. So Mass Hysteria here, I use this on a amulet as Anoint. You can have this on Megalomaniac, but there is one main thing on Megalomaniac you need to get, which is Ancestral Conduits. This is attack speed when you summon a totem, which is insane, 12%. This one is only 1 node for me. This is useless because our lucky hits are already from the stars aligned, the low life stuff, so I need to get a new one, to be honest. But we path towards or through some AoE nodes, because why not? I mean, you could probably save a few points if you path through here, but why not, right? We take some life regen, because that's a good sustain. You could probably drop these as well. I might eventually do that and put them somewhere else for like more damage. You could do that. But some extra strength for life, and also overall, just why not? Doesn't hurt, right? We path down here, we take these nodes for totem weapons at 1. We also get finality for the 120% damage increase on low life. Path here because we get some more totem stuff for weapons at 1. And the big attack speed here, send in the eyes. And extra jewel socket since we are close to low life stuff. Weapons at 2 is the green light, so this is extra damage, but also some attack speed here, 6%. You could also grab these 2 for another 12% if you want to. Here we want to get acceleration for the skill speed, movement speed, but mainly, not the movement speed, excuse me, only skill speed. But mainly Dance with Death, 25% multiplicative skill speed, while Avent is empty. So as you can see, we're running only a one-hander, no Avent at all. Don't pay attention to the 3rd ring slot here, it's just visual bug. You cannot put anything here, so unlucky, Sag. Right up top here, we go for the Resolute technique, since we don't care about crits. We don't need to care about accuracy either. We also want to get Blood Rush for the skill speed. We path towards some AoE node here, but also for the damage here for weapons at 1. For totems, this one is, I'll probably do some respecking because I want to have this. I'm not sure if I create totems from weapons at 1, right? And then weapons at 2, so I activate the low life stuff here, if it counts for totems. I'm not sure if it works like that. I need to do some testing. So yeah, but extra damage here, why not? 18% on top of some stun buildup. Stun buildup is good for totems because, yeah, right. Extra defense here for max res. That's pretty good. You want to get blood magic to not care about mana at all. Totems usually are super expensive on your mana or life if you go with blood magic because they only scale from skill levels, melee skill levels. But we don't really run that here. We don't need to because our damage is more than high enough. So that's fine. Weapons at 2 again. Get some damage nodes here. And this one is pretty good as well. This will increase your presence area of effect, which means it will, since this headpiece reduces the presence by 50%, this will basically negate the bad affix and also give you extra the presence, which is very good for totem since they clear around the screen. And some extra life regen. Again, probably don't need these, but it's not a bad defense layer. When it comes to the rotation, what we want to do is we want to start with a solar orb first. We want to stack Volcanic Fissure. We want to summon the totem for breaking armor. Once that's done, we just apply or summon our 4 main damage ones, and then repeat the process, and then just Mace Strike yourself on the weapons at 2, with this right here. That's the rotation. Because our damage is pretty decent with the Mace Strike that you do yourself. So when it comes to gearing, this is a pretty unusual amulet, I would say. I haven't seen it anywhere, but this is another skill speed amulet. You want to put speed modifier from Catalyst on this bad boy and get it 30% capped out. This increases your damage, which isn't bad either, but it reduces your all resistances, so you gotta be careful about that. But if you get Ingenuity and rings with resistances, it will be more than fine. This ring, for example, is missing 1 node. Accuracy is useless for this build, so if I had one more flat damage here, like fire damage, oh my days, that would be such a big boost. Ought to have that though. Similar to this ring, we got the double rarity, which is not needed at all. Another, line missing for flat damage, so there is still a lot of improvement to do on the damage side. Headpiece, low life, deepest tower, I like double socket. You could also put AoE talismans here if you want to, if you don't need resistances. Just piece for life, or you could socket life if you want to, but Chaos Heart, you want to get this overcorrupted, which is very good. Stun threshold, we don't get stunned at all. Boots here, don't pay attention to the movement speed. I couldn't find the ones with higher armor. It's just at movement speed, sadly. So, life and resistance is regen. That's all that you can probably get. Strength is also good if you can get it. On the gloves, you can get life, flat damage, attack speed, mainly attack speed, then strength resistances. You can also get melee skills if you want to, but I prefer attack speed. That's what I also socketed. And my corruption went with a lightning penetration. I would like double socket, but it is what it is. Ingenuity as the belt, which will buff our rings, and if you get some fat triple flat damage on the rings, it is a big increase, right? But mainly for the resistances here. I'm not even sure what's my rarity right now. I am at 42%. That's not much. I believe I covered everything. Oh, the weapon. So this is for your weapons at 2. This is for your own attacking with Mace Strike. It's very hard to get a good one. So attack speed, melee skills, and then physical damage. That's all you need. That's it. This one, I believe, yeah, this one is pretty good. Like, if this one had higher tiers, the damage would be absolutely insane. It already is good now, but it would be pretty wild. There is one skill socket that's probably better, I would say. And that is this one right here. This one will give you 50% attack damage against rares or uniques. So I should probably grab this one into the weapon. Because again, attack damage is for all elements. And this one is only physical, what I have right here on the other one. Now, for the weapons at 1, which is totems, you want to get the melee skills +5. That's the highest you can get. You can grab, strength. Attack speed doesn't hurt either, because that's what I use for mapping weapons at 1. Mainly with Bone Cheddar. I barely use weapons at 2 in mapping, unless it's a boss. So, yeah. Even if you don't have a good weapons at 2, that's okay. Totems will do the work. That's okay. It's not end of the world. It's just a little extra sauce, which is very good. For talismans, I am rocking this one, which gives you friendly charge if you take lightning damage. This is just a little extra for the Bone Cheddar ferocity. Immune to freeze, and then kills stuff. Probably could be replaced with something else, because I don't really need that. But I believe we covered about everything. If I did not, once again, I will put it in the description. if I think of something else, but I cannot think of anything else right now. Another build I have incoming is Full Chaos and Brevisolate on Lich. And maybe some more builds. Cannot wait for the new league. I'm also probably gonna do some videos for Titan Quest 2 if anyone's interested. But with that said, I stream every day on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. We are everywhere, baby. So if you guys want to stop by, I would greatly appreciate it. But thank you very much for watching. Until then, have a great one and take it easy. Peace.